What's up guys, welcome back. So if you've been subscribed or been following my channel for a while now, you probably would have noticed that I'm a massive fan of smaller scale RC cars. Like the FS Racing 1/18 scale Victory Mini monster truck, Hospeed 1/18 scale monster truck, the HBX 16889, Remo Hobbies 1/16 Dingo, the MJX Hypergo 1/16 monster truck, and we also have small scale on-road or drift cars like the UDI RC 1/16 range. Now the main reasons would be the price tag. Most of the time a 1/16, 1/18 scale car is definitely going to be cheaper than your 1/10, 1/8 scale cars, and a lot of them are very capable for what you get. Now the other reason would definitely be the fact that they're just so small, very easy to carry around. You know, you chuck one in the backpack, a couple of batteries, your controller, get on your bike or your skateboard or whatever you've got, and you go for it, go and have a bash. Now I don't have a license myself, so I do have to walk or skate to my local bash spot, and it's very easy to take a 1/16 to 1/18 car compared to, you know, the X-Max, where you have to make sure you take extra batteries and a rope just in case you decide to use those batteries. And that is obviously the main reason I like the Traxxas Teton so much. It's very small, very easy to carry around, and it is very capable for what it is. Obviously the price tag's not going to be for everyone. It is very expensive. I paid around about 200 Australian dollars, I think, maybe a little bit more. Once you start adding all the upgrades, the drive shafts, differentials, if you wanted to add different swing arms or something, it definitely starts getting very expensive for a 1/18 scale car. So we'll take a quick look at the parts that I managed to get, because some of the parts are very hard to come by these days. We'll get the build done. Hopefully I'll get it done in time to take it outside today and give it a test, because it's a beautiful day out there and I really have wanted to get this done for quite a while now. So as you can see, we have got quite a few parts to go on the car. Some may be optional depending on what motor or wheels I decide to go with. A full set of RPM swing arms. I have broken one of the stock ones. They're not overly weak, but I thought the RPM ones would definitely be worth getting. A 54 tooth Mod .5 steel main gear by Hot Racing. GPM aluminium ball differential. The differentials that come in the Teton stock standard are open, or they don't have a diff case. The internal planetary gears are all exposed. You cannot put diff oil in there and keep it in there. It basically just comes out the diff housing every time. So because the ball differential is actually adjusted by 2 screws, one in each end, you can get the exact pressure or slipper kind of action that you need for your particular build. We also have a set of GTR Latrax shocks. These are a little bit heavier than the stock ones, but they are much stronger. They should be a lot better. GPM 7mm hex wheel adapters, because I think I want to try a set of these ZD Racing 1/16 monster truck wheels. They seem really soft, very nice wheels, but they do require 7mm wheel hexes. We also have a EcoPower digital sub-micro servo. The stock Traxxas servo hasn't got the greatest centering, and this is all metal gear. It's extremely tough for a little servo. Now, I did decide to get another motor, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to run this little 2040 4500 kV motor. The one I am running currently is probably more capable than this motor. So I don't really see a point in changing over the shocks and the swing arms and that until we get the main gear and the ball differential leased in, and then I got to choose whether I change the motor or go with the little 2435 4800 kV motor that's already in the car. Ain't nobody stopping me. And there we have it, guys. That's exactly why I needed to change the front differential. It's pretty much impossible to keep diff oil of any thickness in there for a long period of time. And I thought I'd just show you really quickly. I have already installed the steel CVDs, both front and rear. I've actually had them installed on the car for quite a while. That's another reason why I was so keen to get this car finished. Now just a quick look at the ball differential out of the packet. I won't be able to pull this apart and explain how it works because I'm not quite sure. As you can see, they spin, or they work exactly the way that you think a differential should work. The only thing is there's obviously no gears in there. There's some sort of ball bearings or pin bearing. I think they work on a similar principle to a one-way bearing. Well, you know it works. We'll get some new bearings on there, get it in the car, and get everything else done. Alright guys, my camera died. I had to charge it up overnight, but I did continue working throughout the night. As you can see, we've got the RPM arms all installed. I did decide to swap out the motor to the little 2040 size 4500 kV and installed this 16 tooth pinion gear compared to the 13 tooth that was originally on the car. I did manage to install the little EcoPower servo. This is a brilliant little servo, very strong. It should be very capable. Now the shocks do come with 30 weight oil, as you can see, which will probably be good enough for the front, but I'm going to have to put something a bit thicker in the rear. So we're going to use this factory team 55 weight oil. Now one thing I wanted to point out quickly about these shocks, as you can see, the shock bodies themselves are aluminium, but the caps aren't, which I'm a bit surprised about. For the price, 100 Australian dollars, that's quite expensive. Definitely would have expected the caps to be aluminium as well. Yeah, they are a lot bigger than the stock wheels, so I really hope that the motor can cope. I might have to change out to the old motor again. I do like the look of those wheels though. Wow, guys, I'm really not sure about these wheels now. It's wider than it is long. And this is my new shell that I painted up for it. It's a Hobby Plus convoy body. So it's not really made for the Teton. It's more of a crawler shell, but it does look really awesome, I think. Again, I'm not really sure about these wheels now. Not actually sure whether the car can bottom out now, which it actually can. A little bit more travel. So I will give these wheels a go. But if we come across any issues like wheel scrubbing or just over geared because the wheels are so big now, we might have to put the other motor back in. That should make it a lot more capable with these wheels. Let's get it all together, get a battery in there, see how it goes on 2S, and yeah, go from there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to change that motor out soon though. They balloon like crazy, guys. They're not really going to work for this car, I don't think. Would have been nice, but I don't know. They're scraping too much. Would have been fast. That servo's not great. The shocks are really nice. Oh yeah, these wheels are not going to be any good, guys. I really wish they were a bit smaller. I'm going to have to go back to the stock wheels, I think. They're just too soft, too big. I thought the offset was going to help, but no, it doesn't seem like it's enough. Oh! Alright guys, I don't think I'll ever be able to run this motor with a 16 tooth pinion gear on 3S. That is extremely hot. The speed control even seems like it's getting a bit warm, so I'm going to have to swap that motor over. I'm not sure what to do with the servo, whether to change it back to the stock one or leave it in there and see how it goes with the stock wheels. But yeah, it's not worked out the way that I expected, guys. The suspension, they're excellent. The steel drive shafts are obviously much stronger. They're going to last a lot longer. The RPM swing arms are great. They look awesome, but the motor, gearing and wheels, definitely not going to work. All right guys, we've got the stock wheels back on there. We've got the other motor, the 2435 4800 kV in there, but for a bit more power I decided to change to this lossy 18 tooth mod 0.5. It's got the 2mm shaft, so it fits straight on there. I really hope that servo does a good job though. It didn't really seem like it had a sensor to it, but it might have been something to do with the wheels, so we'll go and see how it goes now. The stock body probably would have looked good with the ZD racing wheels, but this, no, I think I definitely like the stock wheels better. Whoa, yeah, it's got the power there. Now this servo's no good, guys. Could have something to do with the whole steering assembly. Oh yeah, not going to be any good for on-road, that's for sure. Oh, flipped. Yeah, once that steering's worked out, it's going to be excellent. Alright guys, well what I might do is change over the radio, the transmitter and receiver, see if that makes a difference. If not, I am definitely going to have to get a different servo. I'm going to work out what's going on with the steering assembly itself. Off-road, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't really notice the no centering so much, but it still would be annoying if you were, you know, mucking around on the concrete or anything. I definitely got to get it all fixed up and finished. Right, guys, I'll try and get that all worked out as soon as possible. Cheers, catch you in the next video, and stay safe.